Hey, we are live on YouTube now. So hello to everybody who is on YouTube watching us. We're getting ready to start. And waiting for everybody to join. It'll probably be another 3 minutes before we get started. Oh, I see. I'm gonna have to move my little squares out of the way. But I'll need them later. Okay. Cool. Well, if you're joining us on YouTube, welcome. I'm John. We're waiting for all of our participants to join, and then we're going to start doing David Mitchell trivia. I've got some rules that I'm going to read to everybody. We have potentially as many as 9 participants joining us this evening, but we're waiting for them all to hop on. So we're going to keep waiting to do that. I'm going to make sure I've got everything good to go. We've got a scorekeeper. It's going to be a great time. If you're watching from home, you probably aren't. I have no idea. Looks like the bit rate is bad on the YouTube stream, so I'm going to disconnect from the internet on that device. And one thing out here, I want to stop screen sharing for a second because I'm not letting everybody in. It should be just fine. And I'm going to close some tabs. Closing these tabs. Closing these tabs. Back to Zoom. We're going to get started in just a moment. Got 3 people now. Okay, back to share screen. Am I still? It should be fine. Yeah, I mean, you can. Okay, I mean, you can feel free to unmute too.
Oh no,
I try to.
Yeah, it keeps on stopping your video, and then your video freezes for a little bit.
Yeah, my internet connection is looking weird, but I've disconnected from everything else, so nothing of my devices is connected. So right now I seem okay. I wonder if it's because I'm streaming.
Yeah, streaming will take up a lot of bandwidth. I mean, it's fine. It'll just freeze sometimes, and your video will just slow. But it'll be fine with the PowerPoint anyway because they'll be just looking at the PowerPoint. But you might, if
my audio goes out,
your audio doesn't work, then you might just need to turn off your video during the streaming, like after you give the introduction and when you're talking with them, you may have to turn it off. Otherwise, it's
okay.
Or you can test it out now and see if it's working again.
Is it working all right? Fine. I mean, I'll just end the stream if I have to.
Your audio seems like it's okay right now. It's just your video is very delayed.
Okay, I'm going to stop the stream and delete the streaming thing from, because it's just not working. So give me 1 second.
Okay.
Sucks to make stuff this way, but I'm just also still waiting for people to come. So, sorry, youngin. Just give me a second. It was all working before I started streaming, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was working perfectly. As soon as you started streaming, your video was lagging. I think it would still be fine as long as like
Yeah.
during the game, if you wanted to just either close your video, just have audio while you have the screen share up.
No, we're just gonna start. We're just gonna stop the stream.
Okay.
Stop. I think it's working. Yep. Cool. Back to normal. Okay. So just to make doubly sure, is everybody ready to begin? So my 3 contestants, Brian, Jessica, Elizabeth, are you ready to begin? Okay, oh my gosh. Here we go. Let me get my answer key up so I know what I'm doing too. All right, on the map for 100. Hold on 1 second. You'll find this residence behind a small black iron door set into a brick wall. Bryant Shepard has got the points. 100 points to Bryant Shepard. Yes, the correct answer is Slate House. Youngin.
Nice work, Brian.
Great, you've got it recorded. Sending a text message, very unprofessional. Okay, Bryant, you can unmute yourself. We're gonna go back to the game board. As you can see, it's grayed out. The on the map for 100 is taken. Where would you like to go next?
Do you have to pick in order of points? Like, can you go, do I have to pick a 200 or a 100?
I think you can go anywhere you want. I was given no specifics on this, unless you know something I don't about that.
Nope, I think we can go wherever you'd like.
Yeah, wherever you'd like.
Let's go rock on for 500.
Rock on for 500. Wow. And I will say there are no daily doubles, so do not expect any cool bleeps or buzzes. We do not have the technology. Rock on for 500. David Mitchell will be in conversation with the lead singer of a real rock band this week to launch Utopia Avenue, which comes out tomorrow. An album by this band is also the only LP Holly Sykes takes with her when she runs away from home. What's the album and who's it by? Classic. I won't give any hints beyond that. David Mitchell will be in conversation with the lead singer of a real rock band this week. An album by this band is also the only LP Holly Sykes takes with her when she runs away from home. Bryant has half of the answer. But I think we're going to be prepared to give full credit for partial answers if no one can. Oh, and LK, Elizabeth got it right. Talking Heads' Fear of Music is the full and correct answer. Sorry, Bryant, if we had stumped everybody else out, I think we would have given you the points. But
Well done, Elizabeth.
the answer goes to Elizabeth. 500 points to Elizabeth. And Elizabeth, the board is yours.
Let's do Space and Time for 500.
Man, you guys are just going for the points. I like to see it. Okay, let me get situated here. Space and time for 500. This character is a sailor on the ship that takes Jacob de Zoet home in 1817. 3 decades later, he's the captain of the ship that takes Adam Ewing home. What's his name? I don't have a correct answer yet. You can keep guessing too. So that's the other thing. It's not like Jeopardy where you, in case I didn't, you can just keep firing away guesses. I'm sort of generally running 30 seconds in my head clock here. 3 decades later, he's the captain of the ship that takes Adam Ewing home. What is his name? Still don't have a right answer in the chat. I gotta get my stopwatch going, but I'm gonna give you guys some more time. People are rifling through their copies of the book as we speak.
John, if you'd like, I could take time.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if you can do that,
Yep.
that'd be great. I'll give folks another 30 seconds starting now. This is a big chunky one. You guys went straight into the meat, looking for the hardest ones possible. Somebody gonna take home this 500-point answer, or am I gonna have to declare it, sadly, a stumper?
Okay, I think it's been more than the 30 seconds.
Okay, if everyone's comfortable, we're gonna just call that a stumper. The answer was Boerhaave. Let me spell that in the chat. Remember him? I'm probably not saying the name right because it's Dutch. All right, so now I control the board. No, we did not. So maybe I will dial it back and maybe we'll do a 100 point blue. So let's take it to something familiar. Heroes and villains for 100 points. This warlord rules over a convent in 18th century Japan. What is his name? Last name only is fine. Bryant is correct. Enomoto, 100 points.
100 goes to Brian.
And Bryant, you control the board again.
Let's do on the map 500.
On the map, man, 500. It's real strategy going on here. Okay, on the map 500. What town in the Netherlands does Jacob de Zoet hail from and return to after leaving Japan? I told you guys, these 500 clues, they're no joke.
I believe the 500-point ones are the ones that David made up as well.
He wrote the clues?
I think he helped with the 400 or 500, I mean the 500-point ones.
Wow, 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 wow. So this is the deep stuff because it's coming from the mind of the man himself. Youngin is keeping time. We'll go 30 seconds and then we'll go another 30 seconds. I'm going to announce to Twitter that they can watch me pretend to be Alex Trebek. Anybody have an idea of the town?
Okay, so that's time.
Time. The correct answer was Domburg. D-O-M-B-U-R-G. Domburg was the correct answer. Sorry, I'm multitasking again. I'm tweeting, I'm hosting, I'm tweeting, I'm doing all the wrong things. Link sent. Okay, I control the board. Once again, I'm going to go back to an easier clue. These 500s are stumpers. I want some people to flex their knowledge. Let's go to You Look Familiar for 100. One of the bandmates in Utopia Avenue is a fan of the Cloud Atlas Sextet, music that was composed by this character. Bryant is correct again. Robert Frobisher. No spelling mistakes there. That's the correct answer. 100 points to Bryant. Youngin, what are our standings right now? Just so everyone's aware.
Right now we have Bryant with 300 points and LK with 500.
Great. Bryant, the board is yours. Where do you want to go?
Let's do heroes and villains for 500.
Heroes and villains for 500. Getting my key right here, sorry. Marinus has gone by a number of other names over many lives. Mitchell has identified full names for a number of those identities. Give us the full names of 3 of them. Three full names for our friend Marinus. So once again, no half points, no partial answers. We need 3 full names. You've got 30 seconds, and then we'll let you know it's been 30 seconds, and we'll give you another 30 seconds. And then I will have to declare yet again another 500-point
30
clue.
seconds, so 30 more seconds.
Might become a stumper. Might enter the land of the stumper. We need full names, 3 full names.
10 seconds. Okay, time.
And it's a stumper. The acceptable answers were, sound off in the chat if you recognize any of these names. Dr. Lucas Marinus. Oh, I guess that was a full one, so that would count, but you still needed 3. Clara Marinus Koskov, Pablo Ante Marinus, Jamini Marinus Chowdhury, Dr. Yu Leon Marinus, Dr. Iris Marinus Fenby, Harry Marinus Veracruz. It's going to be hard for anyone to get 500 points. I can feel it. Those are the hard ones. It doesn't get any harder than that, folks. There's no double jeopardy or final jeopardy. I don't know if I'm legally allowed to say jeopardy. Okay, I control the board. I'm gonna again go to something easier. Let's do Rock On for 100. This iconic recording studio shares its name with an iconic 1969 LP. Elizabeth is correct. The answer is Abbey Road. 100 points.
100 points to Elizabeth.
You control the board, Elizabeth. Please don't tell me you want to do You Look Familiar for 500 points.
I will not. Let's do Space and Time for 300.
Space and Time for 300. How many months elapse over the course of Black Swan Green? Be careful how you count. Sarah Elizabeth Hopper is correct. It's 13, not 12, because January happens twice.
All
So the points go, 300 points go to Sarah. Sarah, you control the board. Where would you like to go?
Let's do on the map for 300.
On the map for 300. Let me get my answer key. On the map for 300. In which Russian city is Marinus first contacted by horology? Sarah, you're correct again. It is St. Petersburg. You did have a spelling mistake, but we allow one spelling mistake per the rules. One typo. Typos are allowed. Two typos. Random House does not allow two typos. But you've got the points, and you still control the board. Where would you like to go?
Heroes and villains for 300.
Heroes and Villains for 3. Utopia Avenue's Dean Moss isn't the only Dean M in the Mitchellverse. Who's the other, and which book does he appear in? Elizabeth, LK, correct. Dean Moran in Black Swan Green. You've got 300 points. I'm going to pause for a moment to let Youngin catch up. Youngin, you're good on tabulations?
Yes, so right now we have Sarah Hopper with 600, Bryant, you have 300, and Elizabeth, you have 900.
All right. Still close. Lots of clues. LK, Elizabeth, you control the board. Where would you like to go?
You look familiar for 300.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 5. Okay. The New York-based news and culture magazine appears, this New York-based news and culture magazine appears in at least 3 books in the Mitchellverse. What is it called? Bryant, beat me to the punch. Spyglass is the correct answer. Bryant, you control the board. Where would you like to go?
Let's do Rock On for 300.
Rock On for 300. Let me make sure I can get to. This rock icon first gained attention as the lead singer of the band Big Brother and the Holding Company. Do we have our first 300 point stumper? I don't know. We've got 30 seconds and then a bonus 30 seconds for a full minute to find out this rock icon first gaining attention as the lead singer of the band Big Brother and the Holding Company.
Okay, so time is up in 5. And I think we have our first 300 stumper.
We've got a 300 point stumper. Folks, the lead singer of the band Big Brother and the Holding Company, none other than Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin. I control the board. Youngin, can you remind me where we stand with points?
Yes. So Sarah is at 600, Bryant is at 600, and Elizabeth, or LK, is at 900.
All right, still pretty much anybody's game. I'm going to finish off the simple ones, the 100 pointers, and we will go to space and time for 100. This is a number of years that elapse between guests being invited into Slade House, the number of chapters in Mitchell's second book, and the number of tracks on Utopia. Bryant says, Still haven't gotten a correct answer yet. Bryant has got it correct. Went up numerically. We got 23 in the mix. The correct answer is 9.
For a
Number of
100.
years, 100 points. That was a pretty tough one for 100 points too. They're not kidding around here, folks. This is hard trivia. I would have gotten a big 0 on all of these. All right. Bryant, where would you like to go next? We've got 200s and 400s and 1 dangerous 500 left.
Let's go with Rock On for 400.
Rock On for 400. Out of all the performers who played the iconic Woodstock Music Festival in 1969, this rock star received the biggest paycheck. Jimi Hendrix is correct. Bryant gets the points. Youngin, do I need to give you a bit of time to, I feel like I'm going faster.
No, we're good. So Bryant has 400, which puts him in the lead with 1100, LK at 900, and Sarah at 600.
Whoa, we're neck and neck. Bryant, it's your board.
Let's do Rock On for 200.
Rock On for 200. Finishing out the category. Utopia Avenue's Paradise is the Road to Paradise is called one of the most owned albums of 1967. 1967 was also the year that this real-life musician released his first 2 albums, years before he would make it big with Space Oddity. That gives it away. Elizabeth is correct. The answer is David Bowie. David Bowie for 200 points. Elizabeth, you command the board.
Let's do On the Map for 400.
On the Map for 400. Dean Moffat, Utopia Avenue's virtuoso bassist, grew up in the very same hometown as Holly Sykes. What town is that? Tough one, 400 points. So character in David Mitchell's new book, Utopia Avenue, grew up in the very same hometown as another character in the Mitchellverse, Holly Sykes, excuse me, Holly Sykes. What town is that? People are furiously flipping through. Sarah is correct. The answer is Gravesend. 400 points to Sarah.
Sarah?
Youngin, where does that leave us?
Very, very close. So Sarah has 1,000, and then Bryant and LK are tied at 1,100.
Oh boy.
Very, very close game.
I am getting nervous. Sarah, you have the board. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clues left.
We gotta get rid of the 500.
Okay. Here we go. You look familiar for 5. Pardon me while I get the key right. This gangster is encountered in Mongolia in Ghost Written, then in Tokyo in Number 9 Dream. Can you remember his name? I don't have a correct answer yet. He's a gangster. You find him in Mongolia in the novel Ghost Written. Ooh, getting close. How much time do we have left, youngin?
We have another 20 seconds left.
I need it to be on the nose or 1 letter off.
All right, so 5 seconds, and I believe we'll have to call this a stumper. Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Time.
Time. Elizabeth was close. I'm going to write the name out. Sabatar. Had the 2 A's. Sorry, no one got any 500s. And I honestly don't know how one would unless you were David Mitchell. But you all tried valiantly. I control the board. Where am I gonna go? Let's close out on the map and go to on the map for 200. Which corporate conglomerate's Tokyo headquarters is at the center of number 9 dream? Corporate conglomerate. Tokyo HQ. Center of number 9 dream. Wow, could we have a 200-point stumper? And a neck-and-neck race. If you got your books, time to dive in because you have quintuple the amount of time you have on the television program Jeopardy.
I think we can call it time. Well, it's been 40 seconds.
No, we'll give them another 20.
Another 20.
Another 20 to chime in the chat with the corporate conglomerate's Tokyo headquarters or the Tokyo, the name of the company. I'm
All right,
afraid
time.
it's not McDonald's. The answer is referencing Jeremy Bentham and postmodern philosophers to come, panopticon. Panopticon is the conglomerate. All right, we're down to 6 clues remaining. I still control the board. We've had a number of stumpers. Let's keep it on 200s and let's do heroes and villains for 200. The wife of the composer, Vivian Ayres, is a woman who knows what she wants and she helps herself. What's her first name? Elizabeth is correct. It is Jocasta. And pardon if I'm saying that wrong. Proper nouns are not my forte. Elizabeth, you control the board. Where do you want to go?
Let's do You Look Familiar for 400.
You look familiar for 4. Which character encounters Levon Frankland, Utopia Avenue's manager, in a muddy field in the Bone Clocks? I do not have a right answer yet. Which character encounters Levon Frankland, Utopia Avenue's manager, in a muddy field in the Bone Clocks? From the mind of David Mitchell came this clue. I don't know if there are any repeats. You still got time to put in your best guesses. Character encounters Levon Frankland, Utopia Avenue's manager, in a muddy field in the Bone Clocks.
Can we say that we need the full name?
Yes. We do need the full name. Yes. Oh, stumpers galore in the 400s and the 500s. Still don't have a right answer in the chat. Yeah, and then how are we doing on time?
Time.
Oh, my friends. How's the stumper? The answer is Crispin Hershey. Crispin Hershey encounters Levon Frankland, Utopia Avenue's manager, in a muddy field in the Bone Clocks. I control the board. Whew, well, I think it's time to close out heroes and villains. And we've had a lot of stumpers in the 400 and 500 range, but maybe we will have something to break a deadlock with this clue. This ill-fated detective investigates the disappearance of the equally ill-fated Rita and Nathan Bishop. I do not have an answer yet. An ill-fated detective investigates the disappearance of the equally ill-fated Rita and Nathan Bishop. It's incredible to me the amount of David Mitchell character names you've already typed out on your keyboards and sent to me. But we will give you another, I think, probably 30 seconds to come up with the answer. 15 seconds. And we're still nearly deadlocked.
We are. So we only have 5 seconds left. And it is time.
The answer is Gordon Edmonds. Gordon Edmonds is the ill-fated detective investigating the disappearance of the equally ill-fated Rita and Nathan Bishop.
So right now we have people very close. It's Sarah at 1,000, Bryant at 1,100, and LK at 1,300.
Oh man, anyone can still take this game. I don't feel like I can handle the pressure. But whoops, that is the opposite of what I wanted to do. Okay. All right, there's 3 clues left. I think what I'll do is let's close out You Look Familiar. So we're gonna do You Look Familiar for 200. This feline is the color of Earth's natural satellite. It is, of course, for 200 points, 200 all-important points. Need the full name. Full name. Color of Earth's natural satellite. It is, of course,
15 seconds.
there's a couple more parts to it.
Time.
Another stumper. Sarah got part of the way there, but the full answer is moon gray cat. And we would have accepted both the British and American spelling of gray. G-R-A-Y or G-R-E-Y, but we needed that gray component. All right. We've got 1 category left, 2 clues left. Let's go with the hard one first. Or maybe it won't be. Maybe this won't be a stumper at all. Space and time For 400. When the summertime clock strikes 12 in the westernmost time zone of Ghost Written, how many times does it strike in the easternmost time zone? Don't have a right answer yet. When the summertime clock strikes 12 in the westernmost time zone of Ghost Written. And we have the correct answer. Elizabeth is correct. It is 1. Tokyo is 13 hours ahead of New York in the summer. We've broken through a deadlock, I believe, Young. And what are our scores?
So with that answer, this puts Sarah at 1,000, Brian at 1,100, and Elizabeth at 1,700.
So I don't think anyone can catch up to Elizabeth. Am I correct?
Yes.
We only have a 200-point thing, but let's do it anyways. For the honor and glory, space and time for 200. Let's just test your knowledge. How many days does an atemporal returnee soul spend in dusk before being resurrected? Maybe we'll just do a strict 30 seconds on this one.
All right. So another 15 seconds. Okay, time.
Time. Wow, so many stumpers, but so much knowledge. Among these 3 contestants, the correct answer was 49 days an atemporal returnee soul spends in dusk before being resurrected. Not something that will come up on your Sunday crossword. That's it. Okay, so Elizabeth, you are our winner. And we've cleared the board. And Utopia Avenue comes out tomorrow. And you can purchase it from Literati Bookstore on our website. I believe Youngin dropped a link in the chat while we were making sure I got plugged into Ethernet. And the copies that we have at our store, if you live in Ann Arbor, for curbside pickup are signed. We have signed copies available still. They're available curbside only at Literati.
Here's the link again.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the link in again. To all of you watching on our now redeemed, vibrant YouTube stream, you can also purchase Utopia Avenue tomorrow. You can order it tonight if you like. There are signed copies for curbside pickup at Literati Bookstore while supplies last. Thanks, everyone. Let me stop my screen share. And here I am. If you want to wave hello, feel free. Otherwise, you don't have to. Understand shyness. Youngin, thank you so much for helping me. Elizabeth, you will be notified by Random House of the next steps for the grand prize round. I will pass on your information to the fine folks at Random House. Laura is here from Random House. Hi.
I just want to say hi, John. You did great. And thank you, everyone, for doing all of this. The questions were super hard, and I knew none of them.
Yeah, I wanted to let on like I might have not known some of them, but I knew absolutely zero. And everyone was so nice about that too. So thank you for not shaming me for being a Mitchell novice, which I am.
You and I are in the same boat, John. But thank you
Okay.
all so much. Your game was very exciting.
Thanks. Yes, it was a dead heat until the very end. So everyone was really incredibly skilled. Truly know your Mitchell. Thank you for doing this with Literati. We really, really, really appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube and on our recording later, again, while they last, we've got signed copies of Utopia Avenue that you can order today.
Buy your books
Thanks,
from
everybody.
Literati, everybody.
Thanks, Laura. Good to see you.
I see you too. Bye.
Take care, everybody. Have a great night.